Welcome back to a brand new episode of the Crew Review for you. We have been gone for 2 weeks, and I know you missed us and have been up at night thinking, what are we doing when we don't podcast?
Where did we go?
Where did we go? We went to the beach. So that's basically it. And we're back. So we're podcasting. And we did a review. We're doing the review right now. That is what's happening.
In the process.
In the process.
It's happening. You're here for it.
The Hustle, which is starring Anne Hathaway and Rebel Wilson, of whom we love. Great actresses. Yes.
Love some Anne, love some Rebel.
Yes.
What's your favorite Anne Hathaway movie?
Besides this one?
Besides this one. I don't think this one would be mine.
It's not.
I don't know if it's yours, but it's not.
It's not. It's good, but it's not the best.
I don't know. Princess Diaries. We got to be up there.
It's up there.
That one's up there. Oh, but Devil Wears Prada's good.
Devil
Les
Wears
Mis.
good.
I gotta say, Get Smart.
Get Smart's really
Love
good
her.
too.
Get
We
Smart.
almost bought that for 25 cents yesterday.
Oh, for 25 cents?
Why would you not get
What a
it?
steal of a
You
deal.
bought a
about
gumball
way
instead,
more.
didn't you?
Do what?
You bought a gumball instead.
Yeah, we only had one quarter, and I wanted a gun. So,
That's crazy.
yeah.
Y'all sent me a
good
lot
deals.
of those messages of some good deals.
All of those
y'all
individual
got.
movies. McKay's. We went to McKay's in Greensboro is where we went. There's a McKay's in Knoxville and Greensboro and a couple other places, but this one was like, it was really good.
Top notch.
So most of those movies were like 95 cents. And then
That's amazing. 95 cents.
I know.
Who does a deal like that?
They got a lot of good stuff. So there you go. We got Cats.
Yes,
I haven't
saw
seen
the
that
new
yet.
one, right?
Have y'all
Yes.
seen that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We went and saw
Oh,
it.
y'all
They
saw it
saw
in
it in
theaters.
theaters.
That's
Yeah,
right.
it had an unfortunate issue. They had not finished the CGI when they released it.
Oh, you told me that.
A lot of
That's
people
why-
didn't like it.
That's why they pulled it, I think.
It was up for a lot of Oscar nominations, or they wanted it, and they just pulled it from
Yeah.
consideration altogether, like a day into
Though they
Why
did
would
a
you
whole
release-
bit about the Oscars
Yeah.
with Rebel Wilson and what's his face?
James Corden.
James Corden,
Yes.
Yeah.
Cats.
yeah.
So anyway, we digress. Go to
Yeah.
McKay's, get some good movies.
Yeah. So, anyway.
The Hustle.
The Hustle. So, The Hustle.
Yes.
Yeah.
To the hustle.
We're no longer doing the favorite series. We're just doing this until we get our movie theaters back open.
July 10th.
July
Nope.
10th.
They've changed.
I was going to say, I
Kidding,
bet they
didn't
Has
changed
been
it.
revoked.
End
Ah,
of July.
shoot.
July 30th. I saw it today.
I was literally going to ask that since everything's probably about to close down.
We were holding out hope.
Man.
We were so close.
It's funny because it's like that's the reason we started this podcast was to do movies in theaters, but we
One
adapted.
day.
We evolved.
July 31st.
Oh, July
Sorry, July
31st
30th,
is
not
what
the
Ashley
30th.
just
Harry
said.
Potter's birthday.
It is. Happy
That's
birthday, Harry Potter.
wonderful.
Happy birthday, Harry.
Tomorrow it's our country's birthday.
That's right.
right.
4th of July.
That's
I'm so
right.
Happy
excited.
4th to you all. Hope you eat lots of non-healthy food
And ice
That's
cream.
it.
and get sunburnt and eat ice cream.
Let us know, what is your favorite 4th of July food? Like, what do you have to have every 4th of July?
Ice cream.
Oh,
Ice cream is good.
Ice cream.
I have to eat that every day, though.
I just
so.
feel like a hot dog is just such a
Hot dogs.
4th of July thing, and that's me.
So, Ashley knows what I'm going to say. Legally Blonde 2, because we
Yes,
talked about movies.
yes.
My favorite.
Legally
Elle
Blonde.
comes out in red, white, and blue, and Paulette goes, "You look like the 4th of July." Makes me want a hot dog real
I love
bad.
that. That's probably my favorite quote in that
I
whole
love
movie.
that one, and it's at the beginning too, where she has that snow globe, and she puts it up to her ear, and she goes, "I can hear the ocean." That's awesome.
I forgot about that.
So my mom makes this really good corn salad that is very like 4th of July-y for us. So I'm down for that.
I like it.
I probably
Goes
might-
in corn salad.
It's corn and salad. And salad. No, it's got.
That's a Cobb salad.
It's got like onions and peppers and some mayonnaise, and it's crushed up like Fritos and some other stuff in there. I can't
I feel
remember
like we
what
need to
else.
experience
lettuce.
this.
No lettuce.
I actually like it.
Ashley likes it, which is a big deal.
Ashley does love corn, though.
I don't like corn.
She especially mixed in mashed potatoes. So
Oh.
I know.
The only way I like corn in my mashed potatoes is if it's in what's it called?
One of those bowls?
Yeah, like KFC used to
Yes,
make.
I was
don't know if they still
exactly
do,
thinking.
but that was pretty good.
Yeah, they used to make those.
Yeah.
So.
Cringing slightly.
By the way, y'all notice our nice new mics that we have?
Yes.
We no longer have the little lapels, so hopefully this sounds a little better.
You can hear us real good, huh?
Hopefully.
Wink.
If it doesn't, we're working on it, and we will adjust.
Upgrades.
Yeah.
Upgrades.
Yes.
So anyway, we'll get to the spoiler zone now.
Spoilers. I had some water in my mouth. Sorry. Spoilers. There we go.
That's much better.
Spoilers. We'll see how that one sounds.
Beth, what is this wonderful movie about?
Yes. So we have The Hustle, about Josephine Chesterfield, I believe is her last name. She is a high-class con artist who has made millions by playing off the weaknesses of men. And Penny, who's played by Rebel Wilson, Josephine is played by Anne Hathaway. Penny is a very skilled con artist, but she does low cons. And then she finds Josephine and realizes she has a lot to learn. So she begs Josephine to take her on, to train her. The women do really well together as a double team. They make a lot of money, and things are going well until Penny doesn't get her cut of the profits. So they kind of have like a huge argument, go their separate ways, so they think, and then they go head to head trying to con Thomas, a tech engineer. All these crazy things are happening as they're trying to outdo the other person and win. And then, lo and behold, Thomas cons both women out of a total of $1 million, which ends up uniting them once again. And then somehow we wrap up this crazy movie with Thomas, Josephine, and Penny all working together on larger cons. It's basically The Hustle.
The hustlers got hustled.
They did. They did.
Sounded better.
The irony.
Yeah. Did y'all see that twist coming at the end when the first time you saw it?
With
It caught
it
me off
being
guard.
him, it definitely caught me off guard.
Yeah.
Because I didn't expect him at all. Because he kind of had I don't know who the actor is. Kind of got an innocent little baby face.
Yeah.
I was not expecting him to be involved with all of those pieces. I don't know. I didn't
see it coming.
I feel like I knew something else was coming, like it was going to work out the way they wanted it to, but I wasn't expecting them to fall for his con. That is my biggest issue. Like, there was no warnings. Like, we just wrap up the end scene with, oh, I've been conned out of $500,000. Oh, me too.
Yeah. I can't help but see like a lot of similarities with how between this and Oceans, which you texted me today. saying
Yes,
that
we
you were
watched
watching
it.
the
Yeah.
marathon.
Yeah,
because
totally.
he's like working. His nan was Medusa, who like trained him, and then Danny Ocean was trained by what's the guy name?
We haven't gotten there. I don't remember.
Oh, I can't remember his name. But anyway, he has a guy that trains
Yeah.
them, and then there's like thieves that steal from each other instead of hustles
Kinda
from each
go
other.
back
So
and forth.
it's very similar. But
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So Penny, it made me laugh. I didn't realize this the first time I watched it, but Penny's last name is Rust.
Rust.
Penny
I was like,
Rust.
Penny Rust. I love that. You've got Josephine Chesterfield and
Oh, it just
Penny-
it made sense to me. I thought it was funny, like an
Penny
actual
Rust.
penny that rusted. Okay.
Yeah. Just
She's
kind
She's
of
a little
I'm
rusty.
slow there.
She's a little rusty.
They did a really good job having those names kind of mirror,
Mhm.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
the characters. That was well done.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to say, if I were to be a con artist, I would want to be one like Josephine Chesterfield. She was doing it
Oh
right.
yeah, she was doing it right.
Super classy. She's got a big fancy house on the coast. Her fashion was on point. I was really excited about her clothes.
she was definitely living her best life.
Yes.
So
Jennifer liked the You can talk about the intro that you liked, a little animated.
Oh, I just really liked the animation on the introduction where they show you all the names. Because I feel like when they do the live action shots and then they're showing you their names, I'm not paying attention to the names, so I lose what they're saying. I'm more invested in the storyline, or if you're invested on reading the names, you're losing bits of the storyline. So I always appreciate it when they sprinkle in the little animation that still kind of keeps your attention because it's fun and interactive, but still gives you the names that you're looking for. And then it just...
It also
Makes sense,
and that was similar to me from like
Reminds me of
the
Pink
James
Panther.
Bond movies. when they do
Yes.
those.
yeah.
Or Pink Panther.
And
with,
Pink Panther,
Steve
yeah.
Martin.
That's
James
right.
Bond has some of the most iconic intros. Ugh,
Skyfall's the best.
Skyfall
Loved
was so
Skyfall.
good.
Paired with the music, gives me the gooses.
Yes, Adele for the win.
Yeah. It did set a good tone for the movie too. You know,
Yeah.
just you know, it's
Playful.
fun. You know, it's lighthearted. You don't have a lot of, you know, it's not an intense like movie with any of those pieces, even though some of those that we've talked about this is very different from that, but still.
It's a good movie
still
to be
enjoyable.
like, I just want to watch something to make me laugh.
Yeah.
And just pop it
Yes.
in. And
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say this movie was really funny. It was enjoyable. The plot was interesting, but it was funny. Like there were a lot of good one-liners in there.
Do any of y'all have some that stick out to you? Some favorites?
I love Trashy Dress.
Trashy dress.
So for those of you who haven't seen it yet, or you're trying to refresh your memory, Rebel Wilson has this opening scene where she's conning this guy, and she's basically catfishing. Like she's put her picture on this dating website that she's this super hot, slim girl, and she shows up, and anyway, she's conning this guy out of some money, and they chase after her because somebody else has been conned, recognizes her, and she goes running out and hides in the trash bag. So she's got on this black leather stretchy dress, and so she comes out and
She
is like,
folds up.
she just folds up, and they think she's a bag of trash, and they walk on, and then she's like, "Trashy dress, you do it again." And I just love that play on words. It was great.
yeah.
Yeah.
I really liked the part when they're conning one of the guys. I don't remember which one it is. And just trying to freak out how weird Penny Rust is. And
That's her sister.
At one point, yeah.
Hortense.
At one point, yeah.
Hortense.
At one point, they're like, release the peasants. And she's got a shotgun, and they have the butler running across the yard. And then she's like, don't worry, she's a terrible shot. And then shoots him for real, and he falls on the ground. Like, that was unexpected.
Her laugh right before
Yeah.
she's like, oh, that was unexpected.
Release the peasants.
Did that
Does-
so
does it
well.
mean pheasants? Does it mean pheasants? I just love that guy. He's just like, what? No. That whole section though. That's that con called Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
love that. And just
That was funny.
getting all these guys to propose, and then
And they keep
bringing
adding
sister.
the rings.
the ring to the safe. Yeah.
Yes.
That was great.
I love after that when they're kind of battling, they're trying to get the con over Thomas, and when you first meet Penny pretending to be blind, she comes up and Anne Hathaway's sitting at the table and she goes, "Excuse me, sir, sir," just that was one of my favorite. That was good. That was good.
I also love when she's like blowing in her eyes.
Eyes are watering.
And she can't blink, and she can't cry.
Or has her run into the door. Like,
That
oh
was
my gosh,
great
that
to
whole
She
me.
pretends to be the doctor. That was very
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
I love that whole thing of them. I love that they're like using. Penny starts off by using Josephine's tricks against her, and then so Josephine just ups the ante and is like, "Fine, I'll use your tricks." And her being the doctor.
Schmoes. Sorry.
Yes, I just love that. Another great scene is when they're in the club, and Penny tells this group of Australian women that Josephine has basically stolen her boyfriend, and she was, her best friend. And so these women get angry and try to jump Josephine in the women's bathroom, and then Josephine maneuvers out of it and basically has them come and attack Penny. It was so great.
I want to know what she said to get
I
them to
know.
do that. What about you? Do you have any favorite lines that stuck out or moments?
No, Trashy Dress was.
Trashy
And then
was a
the
good one.
call back to Lucky Christmas Dress, you've
Yeah.
done it again. At the end. It was great.
That was good.
Yeah. All in all, it was a pretty solid film.
Just the thoughts that went into the different cons and the different, how they're gonna handle this one, and then you as the audience kind of, I appreciate most of the time you kind of see, you get the pieces as they get the pieces, so you're putting it together as they're putting it together. Especially at the beginning, Josephine tries to con that guy out of a bracelet or whatever, and then
Yes.
this woman comes down and they take Josephine off. She's been arrested. She's a con, and then you find out it's working for. I mean, just that like extra level. She could have gotten it on her own and left, but then to have like a foolproof escape. How is she going to get out of the conversation with this guy to take the she faked an arrest? I mean, it was neat. Just the thought there. It worked out well. I enjoyed it. So
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I also like the one on Rebel Wilson's on the train, and she was telling this sad story about how her sister's been taken, like Liam Neeson style taken. And
I think she literally
She basically
describes
was
the plot of
describing
that
the whole
movie.
plot, yeah.
it's so great. And then she's talking about how like things are super expensive, and so she just wants water. And then the guy's like, "Let me buy you, dinner or whatever." And
Order whatever you like.
Order whatever you like. And then she orders this huge long thing of food. And
She
then
says, "Do you want cake?" And he's like, "No." She goes, "Okay, 2 pieces."
And a Diet Coke.
Yeah, and the Diet Coke, and Anne Hathaway is just like, ding. It's so funny.
that was a good one too.
Yeah.
They had some fun ones. I do think I like them playing the sisters the best. Like the Princess, Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
Con was probably my favorite.
Oh,
They fit
sister.
into those characters really well too. So Anne Hathaway is the damsel or whatever in distress, or the princessy figure, and then Hortense,
Crazy
and,
sister.
made her. I love her medieval room with all the making her
And the
just seem
first,
crazy,
the first guy that they conned, he's the guy from Breaking Bad, the short guy.
Yeah, he's from Scandal. He's on
Yes.
Scandal.
Oh, is he on
Scandal.
that too? I've
Yes.
never seen Scandal.
Scandal. So he was, what was it? Hollis Doyle. That was his name. Ran for
Hollis
president.
Doyle.
Hollis Doyle.
It's like,
for
sister,
Scandal.
we're gonna go live with him in Texas.
He
I
always
lo-
plays a guy from Texas too.
Yeah,
Anyway.
That's true.
That's so true.
He was from Texas and Scandal. So
Yeah.
anyway,
I love the fact that they buy these massive engagement rings that
Huge.
are at least a half a
Huge.
mil, if not more. I
Oh,
feel like
yeah.
they're over closer to the $1 million range. Like they are massive diamonds, and these guys are so freaked out by Hortense that they just leave the ring.
Just like-
I want to know, how do they find these guys? Like, how does she connect with them?
and
Yeah.
how
to
long
get
did
it?
that?
And then
How long
how
is the
actually
engagement
go?
process?
I wanted to know, did she have all of these relationships going? Like, were
and it
they
was just
all up in the
time, like-
air, and when she got her in place, it was time to close on all of these, you know?
Yeah, because
That's a good question.
usually it takes a while, especially when people have that kind of money. There's usually prenups and stuff
And
involved.
to get him to the place to propose.
Yes.
So I like to think she kind of had these going for a while and was building them
And it was
with
time
the
to
thought.
close the deal.
I knew they were going to close in when she got somebody for the Hortense role, and she did.
They really threw me
That
off at the opening con at the casino,
Mm-hmm.
and like she gets caught and then is like carted off by the cop or whatever security.
It's
I was like,
her
oh
business,
man, and I was like, it blew my mind. I was like, oh, she's in on it.
She's
oh.
in on it.
It got me.
And the little butler, I love that little
Oh,
butler
he's
because
so
he
sassy.
was so sassy.
Oh, I love it when she's like, do you have
Glue remover, or
glue
whatever.
remover? And he's
Super
like,
glue remover, yeah.
he
He
puts
just
it right.
puts
it.
Just
He was
out of
such
her
a
And puts
loser.
it right out of reach.
She's like, oh, what are the odds?
That is the kind of butler that I would want. A sassy
What was
butler.
his
Alfred.
name?
Alfred. No, that wasn't it.
That's
That's
Batman.
Batman.
That's Batman's butler.
Here,
That's
I'll
a
tell
good
you.
butler name, though.
Yeah.
Alfred.
It is.
I love when Penny first arrives and she's trying to convince Josephine to take her on, and she like throws her suitcase
Albert.
at him.
Albert.
I was
Albert.
close.
They're
Albert,
always
yes.
close. To you. You're right.
Albert and Alfred, you can always count on those. Oh, I love it. And she just like throws it at him, and he just sidesteps it and lets it fall into the ocean.
Yeah.
You should.
Hack. Oh my gosh.
They're just like, I'm gonna need to borrow something.
That when she kind of is Penny's in training with Josephine, that part's really good too. That little montage with her, trying to throw the knives and all that stuff, and she comes out in that evening dress with her hair all done, she, just embracing it. And Josephine, I think she's ready, and then the other two look at her like, I don't think so. Like,
And then she throws the knife.
The
and she's
knife
like,
is my favorite.
She's
part
ready.
Of that. She's just like, la la la, whoosh. Like, nothing happens.
Skills every woman should have.
Rebel Wilson just adds some good humor to,
She really does.
just in situations. The way she just even presents herself with different things. And adding the storyline of her being blind in the con just was, all the different pieces that entailed that we've talked about that was just good.
Yeah.
That was good.
I would love to know how much of this was ad-libbed, because she does such a good job of just making things awkward and then just fully embracing the awkward. And just when you think it can't get awkward, like any more awkward, she takes it to the next level.
To
Oh,
the
yeah.
next level. Yeah.
Yeah, she and in most of her movies, she's pretty funny. That one movie that you and I saw that turned out not to be good. You remember? I was trying to find which one it was.
The one about women.
Oh, Isn't It Romantic?
Oh no, isn't it?
We
Is
saw
that the
that
one I
one.
was thinking of?
I liked that one. I mean, it wasn't great, but I liked it.
Well, I think we all went to go see that because I
We
saw
did.
it too.
Yeah.
With,
maybe,
theaters.
maybe that's not the
with
one I'm
Liam
thinking of.
Hemsworth.
There's one with Dakota.
That's not the one I'm
There's
thinking
one
of.
with Dakota Johnson.
I like that.
That's not that great. I didn't think. I thought it was
I don't
gonna be
know that
funny,
one.
and it wasn't as funny as I was expecting.
Yeah. Sorry, I had it mixed up.
Isn't it romantic when we all went to go
Yeah.
see together?
Yeah. How to Be Single.
How to Be Single. Yeah,
That's
it.
the one.
That was the one.
I didn't
It
care
wasn't
for that.
but-
It was
but-
misleading in the trailer. It looked like it was gonna be
Yes.
like this hilarious comedy, and it was like more serious.
Yeah.
And I want comedy from Rebel. She's a good comedy person.
We watched Bridesmaids last night,
Oh.
and I just, which was wonderful, of course. But my two big takeaways: I still love Melissa McCarthy. I forgot how much I loved her,
so good.
Yeah.
and she was spectacular in that role. But then I had forgotten Rebel Wilson was in it. I hadn't like forgotten as in, completely out. But when she was in it, I was like, oh yeah, she's a baby, little baby face.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
That was funny. She was funny with that like Mexican worm tattoo on her back. Do you remember that? She got it from a guy in a van.
Yeah.
Anyway, again, just situation that she just
Oh
kind of
my
embraces
gosh.
the awkward.
Yeah, she
for.
just takes you down
She just goes
deeper
so-
into the
And
awkward.
obviously Pitch Perfect, which is
That's
where,
my
where we all
favorite
met her.
Rebel,
I
yeah.
think
Yeah.
was the first thing we met.
Bridesmaids was my first.
Oh, yeah, I guess
movie
that did
I
came out
watched
before,
with
didn't it?
her, and I thought she was
But
funny.
she
But then
became
Pitch
more of a
Perfect was
name
for
in Pitch Perfect.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah,
It was a good one.
she's good. We should do some Melissa McCartney movies.
Mm.
I'm
There's
down.
so many good ones. I like
I'm down.
Spy, The Heat.
Spy, The Heat. We're in the middle of The Heat. We're watching that one too.
So good.
Trying to get through it.
So funny.
So, okay, I have some questions about this film that I need answers.
I have
Let's
a
hear
few
it.
questions. First of all, how
dare you?
My
Let's
favorite
see.
question to ask. Okay, so we know that Medusa, they keep referring to Medusa, and she's apparently the queen con artist of this world. Thomas is apparently her grandson. But we never meet Medusa. Like, it's just this carrot that they dangle out. And the
Mhm.
whole time I'm waiting for Medusa to appear because Rebel Wilson, Penny, thinks that Josephine is Medusa. And she's like, no, I'm not Medusa. I'm not that amazing. So there's a lot of hype around Medusa, and we
Mhm.
never meet her. And I was so disappointed. So I was thinking, are we going to do a sequel? Like, what's happening here? Why haven't we met Medusa?
Well, so they mention we didn't get to meet the OG, which
Yeah.
I'm with you. I wish we could have met her, but I don't even know, is she still, she could be dead because apparently like Medusa was still active, and that's Thomas. He took on the role as Medusa, which is what they had said. He was acting as Medusa. So for who knows how long she's been like, conning, and Penny recognized her from, knew that she was active in cons, like current day, So I want to know kind of with you, along that line, how long has Thomas been Medusa?
Yeah.
When did she retire? And again, is she still living? Is it a person you
Yeah.
could even meet?
Yeah.
So, yeah. It would have been good to meet
I
a...
felt like that was a big tease that wasn't satisfied.
I think it would have been cool to have like a character you saw like just once or twice at the hotel
Yeah.
that
Mhm.
turned out, like an older lady that turned out to be his grandmother.
And maybe
Yeah.
like they didn't know that she was there, but like just revealing it to the audience, like Medusa's been watching this whole time, would have been enough.
That'd been
Yeah.
cool.
I just needed to see Medusa.
I agree. They just kind of left it hanging.
But it does seem like if they did a sequel, which I doubt
I
they'll
don't
do.
think they would.
They
I don't think they
set it
should.
up.
I don't think they
No.
should either. But if they did, he's Medusa. They're all kind of working together. They're all kind of Medusa-esque now, right?
Yeah.
Is it an organization now? Is it changing from an organization to a person?
It's like
or a person to an
I am
organization?
Negan. We are
Yeah,
all Negan.
we are all Negan.
So.
Mm. I don't know about that.
Well, what? So Medusa's no longer active then? If he's working with them, they're all working together on cons now.
I don't know. I just the whole Medusa thing.
I think I'm with Kimley. I think it's possibly
Organization.
shifting to like this little quad.
So, and I will
Squad,
say,
not
like
quad. There's not four. There's three of them.
They've got to bring on another associate eventually.
the squad,
The
as we refer to them at the end.
squad.
I have
Medusa
a lot
squad.
of issues with this squad.
You do?
I do.
I don't.
I don't, like, okay, if I was conned out of $500,000, which, first of all, how did they get conned out of $500,000? These women are smart. These women have conned men their whole lives, so why?
Someone's smarter than them. Outsmarted.
I feel like they were
Somebody's
really
smarter.
dumb. They were really dumb in this moment.
They were.
Never give money to anyone. If you are a con, that should be your number one rule. Never give money to anyone. So first of all, how did they get conned? And then secondly, after someone has taken $500,000 from me, there's no way on this earth that I would ever work with them. Ever.
Well, it's
Ever.
the same reason why Penny
Revenge.
worked with, I keep forgetting her
Josephine.
name, Josephine. Like, it was someone a tier above her, and she's like, yeah, she screwed me over, but I can learn from her. And
I know for Josephine.
I mean, at least that's how it started out. I mean,
Yes.
obviously.
She didn't really con her, though. Like, she basically just got her out of jail and, like,
Well,
sent
she
her on her
tricked her.
way.
I mean, she didn't steal from her, but she
She
tricked
didn't,
her. Yeah.
like, she didn't steal from her. It's a little bit different.
But I know for Josephine, I mean, the motivation was the biggest motivation of all time. Money. Like he said at the end, we can make a lot of money together.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I know was him in her mind. And you have that moment right before he comes up with all the guests. You know, she and Penny have created a little bond because of course they do in these movies, right? But so she enjoys working with Penny, and then Penny and Thomas fell in love, whatever, how practical that is.
Yeah.
But that
I still find that
happened.
questionable.
That was very interesting. But going back to your not original question, but the beginning of this thought, how they're smart. They are smart women. You know, how did they get fooled? Well, I know at the beginning they talk about why do we take advantage of men? Because men are always assuming that, you know, they're smarter than us. And so in the con, they're always like playing to that. He didn't assume that. He recognized them for their strengths, played to those strengths. That's exactly how he conned them. He knew who they are, what they were doing. He did not underestimate them, and therefore they could not take advantage of him based on his underestimation. So.
Let's just talk about this for a moment. They are conning this man who's supposed to be a tech genius, lots of money. We find out, like, through the con, he tells him he has $500,000 to his name.
Which is crap. There's no way.
There's no way. Also, there's this thing called Google, and you can Google how much someone is worth. First of all, find out what their net worth is before you're going to con them.
Also, did he
What a waste of time.
impersonate somebody?
Yeah.
Because this is a real person.
Yeah.
That obviously it's not him. Like, it can't be him. Like, he didn't create this app, you know. I mean, he's been conning. So, did the women not think, maybe I should Google and make sure that he
I
is
just
who he
feel
says
like,
he is?
number one, like, their cons have been really good, right? They've researched these people and stuff, and all of a sudden we have this tech engineer who's supposed to be super wealthy, who only has $500,000 to his name, supposedly, and we haven't researched him. We don't know anything about him. I don't get it.
One thing that I didn't find believable was whatever app he created that
Yes.
they made fictional in the movie. Like, how did Josephine not hear of it? If she's so smart, like, how has she never heard of it before?
I don't know.
Because if
It just
you're,
didn't seem believable.
If you're conning people with a lot of money, you're going to know who the players are. Like, you're going to know who wealthy people are. They're going to be on
she
your radar.
didn't know who he was.
I know. That's why I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying, like,
Oh, okay.
if you're gonna
You're coming at me. I was like,
No.
that's what I'm saying.
Fight.
We're on
no,
the
I'm
same
agreeing with you. Like, if you're a good con, if you're a good con artist, you're gonna know.
Exactly.
I'm agreeing.
Me too.
All right, you two.
Okay. Anything else you need to say?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I'm still stuck on. I would never have forgiven him. I never would have. That was my biggest letdown about this movie. Was I thought it was really good and we were building up, and I was ready for the women to unite and con Thomas in the best possible way, and we don't get revenge, and I felt very unsatisfied by that.
I
you
do
feel
like a
conned
good
out of your
revenge
money?
that we didn't get.
Yes,
See it?
yes. I was disappointed.
The trailer conned you.
Ashley said she thinks the little app thing was supposed to show like Rebel Wilson's age, Penny's age difference. Josephine being older.
She's not hit.
I'm able to believe more she hadn't heard of the app. I think she should have heard of the guy.
Yeah.
Because like you said, the players.
Yeah.
But I don't see Josephine as a big, like, up to date.
Because
on, like-
wasn't the app supposed to be like send an insult that disappears
Yes.
to your friends?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
doesn't sound like something Josephine would
Right.
be interested in.
It's more of an
anyways.
immature thing, but I definitely think.
But if
she
it's
should have known the
successful,
people.
she should know
Well, especially
who
the
he
people
is.
in the area. Like if he's visiting, I think she would have be keeping tabs on who's in that hotel.
Right.
And
Who
because
is he
it's
here
in
to
their,
meet?
their little town, like she's gonna know the big players that are coming into that hotel. She's got she's got a mole inside that hotel feeding her
Yes.
information.
Because they know all of her aliases.
Sure.
So it's like, if he's coming in for an investor, I'm going after the investor. I'm not going after him. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
There we go.
You got to pick your cons. Pick your cons well.
Well, when this movie came out last year, we went and saw it for my birthday. Do you remember that?
We did.
I do.
So that was a good birthday. I did enjoy this movie. Spending it with Anne and Rebel.
Is that when we went to Wild Wings?
It is.
Yes.
Yeah. Good
It
times. Love me some Wild Wings.
Love me some more.
All right. Well, shall we drop our review numberage?
Let's drop
Numberage.
the numberage.
Numberage.
Let's get the
The
old
numberage.
calculator out.
What a word. Numberage. What's your numberage, John?
What's my numberage? I'm going to give it a 6. Very delightful film to watch. Very funny. But lots of the plot holes,
Yeah.
makes the number go down. But
Mhm.
Plot holes.
just things that bother me that I was not at peace with. But overall, I own it, and I'm watching it probably several more times. So
There you go.
There
give it
you
a
go.
6.
Jennifer, numberage.
I actually was gonna give it like a 7.
Okay.
Oh, a 7.
Enjoyed it.
I like that movie. I love both of those main
Yeah.
actresses.
They're so
I think we
good.
almost own all of the movies that both of them are in.
That's true.
They're
love
just
that.
hilarious.
No shame.
No shame.
True fan. A true fan,
Yes.
Jennifer.
You're a true fan. I'm not gonna keep going because I can't think of anything to rhyme with fan.
I gave it a 4.
High praise! Woo!
Like, I was enjoying it. I was into it. And then we hit the major plot holes at the end. And I am big on loyalty. And I'm big on revenge.
She
And
loves that revenge, folks.
you cross me, you die. And it wasn't
What did
satisfied.
what did you give your perfect movie again?
A 9.
A 9. That's
A
what it was.
9,
Yeah.
It wasn't my perfect movie. It was my favorite movie.
That's what
There's
I
a
meant to say.
difference.
That's
There's
The
a
what I
perfect movie
difference.
has not been made, right?
I don't know. Maybe it has, but I haven't seen it. There are a lot of movies out there.
Gee.
Kinley.
Well, Ashley and I, again, both give it identical ratings without planning. Wonderful. 6.5 from both of us.
Okay.
Wow.
um,
Y'all are very in sync on your
We
rating.
are.
We should get married.
We should get married. I'm feeling it. So, well, we didn't even talk about this before. We usually we're in the car over, or she'll text me right here, and she tells me what it is, and I'm like, "Yep, that was mine too." So that's what happened. So,
Yeah.
and I do like you said, love these two actresses.
them.
And
They are great
when they got
actresses.
together, it's just fun. Their delivery of this gets a 10 in my in my opinion.
Mhm.
Both of them for taking these roles. It was just some plot issues with the
Yeah.
actual story
Mhm.
and some of the believability of some of that story as well. It's a little bit of a stretch for me.
Yeah.
With just some of the extremities of the cons. So there we go. So that gives our crew review for this movie is 5.9.
5.9.
Well, there you
So
have
there
it,
we go.
people. A 5.9 from the Crew Review.
For the hustle.
Thank you for tuning in. Next week we are doing something different. We are not reviewing a movie, but we're still having a podcast. What is it?
What is it gonna be?
Mystery.
You have to come back and listen and watch. So, with that being said, until then, we go big tonight.